magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
By my troth I will avow, there's none that's uglier than thou.
I can't believe you just said that to me!
Well, I can only assume that by the time you see this video, a brand new Harry Potter character storyline will have emerged, and yet another character will have been gay, as J.K. Rowling has stepped in it again. I've said this time and 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 time again that when you pander, when you dance with the devil, when you are seeking the approval of those whom entire existence revolves around whether or not they approve of other people, you will end up on their bad side, guaranteed. And Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling has done it again. And I don't know what else to tell you about it. I mean, this is a hilarious story. She is essentially getting canceled for facts. I don't know. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, it's hilarious to me. But, you know, before we get into J.K. Rowling, the woman, I want to talk to you real briefly about this video sponsor, Ridge Wallet. Look, this is the easiest sponsor read I do. I switched to a Ridge Wallet because it came along and wanted to sponsor the channel, and I love it. So much so that I got this for my dad for Father's Day. Father's Day is coming up. Ridge Wallet gave me a special promo code where you can save some extra money on it. And remember also that Ridge Wallet was the sponsor that stood by people like It's a Gundam and myself when the mobs came to get them to drop us. If you're looking for a gift for dad or your brother or even a woman who likes to carry wallets, Ridge Wallet is a solid option with nearly perfect 5-star reviews and an amazing return policy. Try it out, see if you like it, support the channel, and support a sponsor that continues to back high-quality content creators. Now back onto the more divisive issue of J.K. Rowling. She put out some spicy tweets. In fact, I actually want to open her entire profile because the one that did it, the one I think that I retweeted, she goes, if sex isn't real, there is no same-sex attraction. If it isn't real, the lived reality of women globally is erased. I know and love trans people, but erasing the concept of this removes the ability for many to meaningfully discuss their lives. It isn't hate to speak the truth. Oh my God, J.K. Rowling, based and red-pilled.
Well, why you booing me? I'm right.
I mean, I don't know. This statement is non-controversial, except for on Twitter. She goes on to say, the idea that women like me, who've been empathetic to trans people for decades, feeling kinship because they're vulnerable in the same way as women, i.e. to male bad behavior, as supposed to hate trans folks because they think that sex is real and has lived consequence is nonsense. I respect every trans person's right to live any way that feels authentic and comfortable to them. I'd march with you if you were discriminated against on the basis of being trans, although she hasn't done that. At the same time, my life has been shaped by being female. I don't believe it's hateful to say so. And almost 10,000 comments to 60,000 likes. This is absolute ratio material. People will call her a TERF, which stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminist, apparently. Look, in case anyone wants to know where I stand on trans issues, hey, you do you. Appreciate you. I may not understand it, but you know what? You're not hurting anybody, and if you're not infringing on anyone else's rights, you do you. You do whatever you want to do. I mean, it's your life. Live it how you please. Now, am I going to put out empty platitudes about me marching in the street with you? Probably not. But know that you've got at least one Midwestern beardo that 100% supports your right to do whatever it is that you want with your life, as long as it's within the law and doesn't hurt others. But you can see all of these replies. There's so much to unpack here. First of all, trans people are discriminated against on the basis of being trans. If there is no if, and here you are not marching with the LGBT community. What about the plus? Imagine logging on to be transphobic in the middle of a global pandemic and worldwide protests. She should have just tweeted Black Lives Matter. That's all that people want to see from celebrities right now. I mean, it's just hilarious. And like, I don't understand. Nothing she said is in particular inflammatory. But then you see J.K. Rowling putting out people who menstruate. This is great because, you know, this is the Harry Potter author, so she's obviously an expert. I'm sure there used to be a word for these people. Someone help me out. Wumben? Wimpund? Woomund? Oh my god. Opinion. Creating a more equal post-coof world for people who menstruate. What? What is even happening? There, and then two people I like. Here's Sophia and Lilith getting into a little bit, saying, they're biological women, Lilith. You know what she means. Lilith replies, trans men are biologically female. And the term biological woman doesn't mean anything. You know what doesn't mean anything? Mincing words in this fashion. But Hollywood was quick to come out and pander to the 0.0000003% of the population in faux outrage that J.K. Rowling would dare say that science is a thing. The power of Twitter. On Saturday, June 6th, J.K. Rowling came under fire for posting multiple tweets that seemingly slammed the trans community. No, it did not. It didn't slam the trans community. What a joke. The controversy began when Harry Potter creator 54, man, she looks older than that, shared an article titled, Opinion, Creating More an Equal Post-Coof World for People Who Menstruate. In addition to linking the post, she tweeted, people who do this, blah, blah, we read that. When receiving angry responses, they explained that transgender, non-binary, gender non-conforming people can menstruate. The author claimed that she had never done her research. I spent so much time in 3 years reading books, blogs, and scientific papers by trans people, medics, and gender specialists. What a useless job, by the way. Gender specialist? What are you getting paid for that job?
Come join me in gender studies. Come get a useless degree. And when you make garbage money, take no responsibility.
I'm exactly what the distinction is, the producer tweet. Never assume that because someone thinks differently, they have no knowledge. Her message caused quite an uproar on social media, leading to reactions by celebrities, as well as LGBTQ rights organization GLAAD. Yes, of course, Sarah Paulson from American Horror Story saying, good night and shut up, J.K. Rowling. Ooh, stunning and brave. Then we have Jamila Jamil, never heard of her. Close your mouth, open your purse. The former Good Place star, 34, when she shared a GoFundMe to raise money for black trans women that live in Atlanta and are in the hooking up trade and or homeless. What? How many are there? 6?
Would you like to give $1 to help put a hamster through college? Just look him right in the eye, sir, and say, not today, buddy. Black
Trans women in Atlanta that are also homeless and working the streets. Is that what I'm understanding? How many people is this?
I'm special!
Hey JK, you claim to support trans rights in a historical moment where we are discussing the global impact of white supremacy, which doesn't exist except in perhaps 74 people in some backwoods town. Please share some of your 650 million mega wealth with this charity. Oh, donation shaming. I love when millionaires donation shame other millionaires. It shows what things are really about. They're really about them. Look at these article headlines. J.K. Rowling, Harry Potter's Cho Chang actress, Katie Leung, shares thoughts on author's, quote, anti-trans tweets. These tweets were not anti-trans. They were pro-science.
With all your modern science, are you any closer to understanding the mystery of how a robot walks or talks?
Yes, you idiot! The circuit diagram is right here on the inside of your case.
I choose to believe what I was programmed to believe.
All right, I mean, gender is real, and if just think about how privileged, like these people like to talk about white privilege and other people's privilege, okay? How about in basically a United States-wide lockdown. There are demonstrations and riots going on. You're mad that you're mincing words on Twitter from your $800 iPhone about the difference between the word gender and the word sex. That's what you're mad about. How about, as you would say, check your privilege?
Maybe you should check your privilege.
I don't even understand. Okay, Young, so my thoughts on Chow Chang. Here goes a thread. Lang used the hashtag Asians for Black Lives. The actor was not only the one to express her views with many celebrities, including Jamila Jamil, Sarah Paulson, a bunch of people I don't care about because they're Hollywood celebrities and therefore their opinions are almost universally discounted. I mean, she shares a charity, so she essentially, I don't know, shills, I suppose. Cho Chang says ACAB. Oh, okay, great. I now immediately devalue your opinion. Harry Potter author J.K. Rowling slammed for transphobic comments. It isn't hate to speak the truth. Oh, based and red-pilled Rowling. It's like every time somebody stops talking about J.K. Rowling's last terribly offensive statement, she says another thing to get her name back trending. It's like she couldn't stand that people were talking about only BLM and the global coof and not her children's books. Books read by, almost exclusively by, these people that seem to be out in the streets. It's the only books they've ever read. And I would, for one, implore them to please read a different book. Anything. Literally anything, okay? There's more to the literary world than Harry Potter. While I enjoy the films and the books, it's not life advice. It's a children's book. And J.K. Rowling wrote those children's books. Therefore, she is not an expert on anything other than writing children's books, as far as I can tell. J.K. Rowling likes to talk about all this, it's just deplorable how we don't have room for all these people flooding our borders in the UK. But, I only have 57 empty rooms in my $50 million mansion, but I'm not going to give any of them. It's just deplorable. Fans on social media met Rowling's comments with incredulity, wondering why the author seemingly made the comments on her own volition while the rest of the world has been focusing on BLM and Pride Month. Oh yeah, Pride Month too. How dare you, somebody who is an individual, not share the collective hive mind. You just love it. And perhaps my favorite tweet here, my favorite tweet of the whole J.K. Rowling disaster is hashtag J.K. Rowling. Paul crawled out of her pile of money long enough to 1, divert attention from BLM, 2, attack trans people, 3, decide that witch is a hate term for women, and 4, center her privileged butt as the victim in all of this. Hashtag I stand with J.K. Rowling. It's Pride Month! It's good to see that the victimhood stack is still alive and well with everything going on. You just love it. And J.K. Rowling, by the way, for all my interactions with them on social media, seems like just a real piece of garbage. But you know what? She wrote some good books, and you can still enjoy those books. You can see Katie Montgomery jumping on the plane. To all those saying I stand with J.K. Rowling, at least do yourself the favor of understanding why LGBT people and feminists are upset with what she's saying. It's anti-science and anti-feminist. What? You're kidding me. Anti-science to say that men and women exist. I don't know about that one. It'll be interesting to see what new character comes out as trans all along. My money's on Hagrid. Hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.